I guess we can start off with what you feel like your biggest achievements have been so far during the 2025 legislative session.
I think that, one of the things that we've really been trying to do is just create a better rural teacher pipeline. And so, we've done some things, I think, that are some small steps this session to maybe lay the groundwork for some things next session that we can really start increasing the opportunities for some of our students to look at teaching as a profession, and also to retain some of the teachers that are there. I think that one of the other things that I think that I'm really proud of is just the having our hospital being close to being reopened now in Perry County. Me and Brock Martin, we've passed, we've probably done 5 to 10 bills in the last 3 or 4 years. Kind of the same thing along the same lines of what I just mentioned about improving the rural teacher pipeline. It's been a lot of steps along the way, passing some legislation to open up the ability for our hospital in Perry County to be able to reopen. And so, when we get to that point and we have that hospital reopen, that'll be one of the things I'm really proud of too. That I was a part of the process of getting that done.
Yeah, and so especially something that's specifically for your district.
Yeah, exactly. And Decatur County, they're a little bit further down the line of reopening as well. Perry County, Decatur County have both been in the same boat with this, and it's just and most people realize this, but I don't know if they realize to the extent that a hospital is such a cog for the community, in that economically, if you're making appointments and you're going out of town, people are taking that gas money out of town. People are taking that restaurant money out of town. And a lot of times people that are looking to move into your town don't ever come to your town because, one of the things that they're checking off is, health care and the access to it. So it's a big thing for a rural area. And so, it's something that I'm proud of. And
so in the same line, what have been your biggest disappointments so far this year?
I would say the biggest one is, and we're getting closer and closer to being able, I think, get this done, is trying to reduce some of the mandatory standardized testing in our public schools. I think that we definitely. This position is not, just something that, this is coming from a lot of administrators and teachers and a lot of boots on the ground people, and it comes from a lot of data too. But I think that we have to have accountability. We have to have some data. I'm not saying that we don't, but we really do need to focus on some of the testing that really does matter and connects students to post-secondary opportunities. And I was talking specifically about a bill I had dealing with reducing the end-of-course testing at the high school level. And to kind of be as brief as I can about it, right now, the state of Tennessee is requiring our high school students to take end-of-course testing in some subjects and also the ACT. But the end-of-course testing, which is the high school's, basically the high school's TCAP, we tie so much of our accountability or most of our student and teacher accountability to those scores, even though those scores are never used by colleges, are not used to unlock scholarship money. And so, by reducing or eliminating a lot of the end of course testing and focusing our accountability on the ACT, I think can do a lot for our students and connect them to more scholarship opportunities, but also I think frees up close to 13 to 15 hours of classroom time as well, and by removing some of those testing. So that's something that I think that we're getting closer each year on. It's been an ongoing battle for 2 or 3 years, and that bill did fail again this year, but I'll be trying again next year.
Well, I think it would be good to have them directing their energy in the right in the bin with opportunities.
Yes, exactly. That's all it really is trying to do.
And then another question I have for you is there anything special? Do you have any specific goals that you can fill us in on for 2026?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I'm working on. One that was a bill that I worked on some this year, and one that'll be a new bill next year, a new idea approach next year. One of the other things trying to do is we're trying to create, or I'm interested in a lot of legislators. I had a number of people sign on to this bill this year, but we couldn't get it off the ground this year. Of trying to allow our career and technical education students at the high school to be able to focus on career and technical education courses in lieu of some of the other required courses that right now are graduation requirements in Tennessee, like Algebra 2, chemistry, foreign language. It's not saying that those students can't take those courses, but and we're not saying that they're replacing those courses with 3 recesses or PEs. We're just saying that in lieu of those courses, they can take some STEM courses or some engineering courses or veterinary science courses that are already approved. There's 50 to 60 CTE approved courses already on the Department of Education website, and the state board is approved, that we're just asking for that flexibility and for them to still be able to graduate if they take those courses. So that's one thing. I think that going back to improving the rural teacher pipeline and just the teacher pipeline in general, we have 2 major issues that are going on at schools right now, and that's lack of teachers and it's lack of substitute teachers. And so an idea that I had that I've been talking with the department about and some people in the administration is maybe looking at a pilot grant program that rewards people that log in a certain amount of time as substitute teachers for their ability to use some funds to be able to get their teaching license or go into school. And so it can have a little bit of an effect on both ends of the scale of people that have already maybe have a degree or have already logged several years of substitute teaching. They would already qualify, I've already qualified for this, maybe I should look into becoming a teacher. And those that are thinking about maybe being a teacher, thinking, well, this is something I'm wanting to do, I might as well get some experience and unlock these ability to get these funds by becoming a substitute teacher in the meantime. So that hopefully would increase the level of substitute teachers, but maybe also increase the level of people that are getting in the teaching profession. So it's something that we're working on, and maybe we can find some friendly funding along the way. But that's something I'm working on for next year.